Okay, this is on your skills homework number 3 for this week. You got it on Monday and it is due on Thursday, so you have a few days to make sure that you have time to get it done and come and see me if you need any help. But I thought this time I would give you some hints that you could look at in case you got stuck on it. Don't forget that in order to get full credit, you do have to show your work. So each question, there are 8 questions. I'm going to count each one as 10 points each. 5 points of that is the correct answer, and 5 points of that is if you show your work or not. So make sure you show me how you work it and show the work on there. Don't just tell me what you're going to multiply and then put the answer. I want to see where you've multiplied it out or divided or whatever your work is. All right, number 1. Walmart buys beef, $17 per pound. They want to make a 20% profit. How much is the retail price for 1 pound of beef? So if we're looking for 20% of $17, so we're going to change the percent to a decimal and multiply. Now that's going to tell you how much it increases. Don't forget you're looking for the retail price. So this is only, when you get your answer here, this is only the profit, the 20%. So you need to then, don't forget that they had to pay the $17 per pound. So you've got to combine those. Number 2, there are 80 people waiting in line at a football game. Only 45% actually got tickets. How many people got tickets? So we're wanting 45% of 80. Same thing, you're going to change the percent to a decimal and multiply. Number 3, what is the total interest for 2 years for a principal rate of $3,600 at a simple annual interest rate of 3.5%? So to find interest, we do principal times rate times time. So just plug these numbers in, plug in your principal amount, plug in your rate, and your time. Now don't forget, this right here is a percent. It has a decimal in it, but it is a percent. So if we're going to change this percent to a decimal, you have to move that decimal point. You can't just use the 3.5. You've got to change it to where it's a decimal. So change that percent to a decimal to plug it in here for the rate. And then multiply times your principal and your time. Number 4, a store is having a sale on a CD player that sells for $240. The discount is 30% off. What is the discount price of the CD player? So we're going to change the percent to a decimal and multiply because we want 30% of $240. Now when you get this, this is only the discount. You want the discount price. So you want the price of the CD after the CD player after the discount. So when you get this answer, you're not done yet. Make sure you read what the question's asking you. Number 5, Gary answered 85% of the questions on his math test correctly. There are 60 questions on the test. All of the questions have equal value. How many questions did Gary not answer correctly? Well, if he answered 85% correctly, find the percent that he did not answer correctly, and then multiply that. Change that to a decimal and multiply it by 60. So we're not really wanting 85% of 60. We're wanting, this is how many are correct. We want the percentage that is not correct. Number 6, assume you are the manager of a convenience store and the local sales tax is 8%. At the end of the day, you have sales totaling $3,210. What is the amount of sales tax that will be added to the sales? So the sales tax is 8% of $3,210. So change the percent to a decimal and multiply. That'll give you your sales tax amount. Then you need to decide, do we need to add our answer to this or not? Read what the question's asking and see whether they're wanting only the sales tax or if they're wanting the new price. Number 7, the number of students at a school has increased 15% over the last 5 years. the number of students enrolled 5 years ago was 600, how many students are enrolled today? So there were 600, and it increased 15%. So we want to find 15% of 600. Change the percent to a decimal and multiply. Now that's how many it increased. So be sure and read your question. Is it wanting to know how many it increased, or is it wanting to know the new amount? Number 8, the discount store sells its merchandise at a cost plus a 12% markup fee. What would be the selling price of an item that costs $25? So it starts off as $25, and they're gonna mark it up 12%. So we need 12% of $25, and that's going to be the markup. So now you need to read the question and decide, am I finished? Are they wanting just the markup, or are they wanting the new price? So read it and see which parts whether you're finished or not. Don't forget, this is due on Thursday. You have plenty of time to do it. You were given it on Monday.